Welcome back, guys, to another video here at the channel on a chill Friday afternoon. Week is done. It's time to enjoy the weekend, have some fun, and just hang out a little bit. You know, I saw a video recently about getting over anxiety when writing, and I thought it was an interesting topic, and there was definitely a different perspective that I thought that I can add to it. And so I figured, why not talk about this to you guys while I go get groceries? Our girlfriend has volunteered as tribute to cook a delicious ribeye steak. We're gonna go get potatoes, to have baked potatoes, some like onion green things, a shredded cheese, and what else? Sour cream. Boom! And we already got the steak, baby. With that being said, let's turn this girl on and head on our way. Just like that we go. You know, as always, I like to take notes on some of these things because I think about them as I sit down on the computer, and then when I go out and ride, I find myself that I repeat myself a lot, and so I'm trying to get better at that, guys. I'm trying to be more concise. So let's talk about it, guys. So you picked up your bike, and every time you ride, or every time you think about riding, you're like, hell yeah, man, I can't wait to ride. And then you get on, and then you get this, it's kind of like these butterflies in your stomach, but it's kind of like unnerving. It's that anxiety feeling. It's that unsure about whether you should go out or not. And hey, that's the reason why you got the bike in the first place. You know, like, you do want to go out and ride, but something just isn't quite letting you do that. So if you're anything like me, I don't really have buddies that ride, so it's just kind of most of the time being by myself out there when I'm out riding, which is just leaves me alone in my own head to have my own thoughts and stuff. But this applies specifically to if you have rider friends and things like that. And the first thing is, you just got the bike, right? You cannot expect to be at the same pace, the same level as your other friends that have been riding for longer than you. It's just not gonna happen, right? It's the reason why you guys watching and me don't play professional sports, because we can't just simply pick up a basketball and start making shots like Steph Curry. It just doesn't happen. It takes practice, it takes dedication, it takes a lot of mental fortitude to want to keep improving at things. It's kind of like going to the gym. It's kind of like just anything else in life. You're never going to really pick up something, or you're rarely ever going to pick up something and be fantastic from the beginning. With that being said, you want to make sure, especially if you have riding buddies, that you ride at your own pace. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up on, I need to keep up with them. Don't get caught up on, man, I need to learn how to wheelie. Don't get caught up on any of that stuff, because simply put, you're just rushing your development. And you're saying, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with XYZ now, let me jump onto this. When in reality, you're not. It hasn't even been a year. Listen to guys like Brian 636. He's been stunting for over a decade, and he'll tell you, yeah, man, there's still things that I don't know, and there's still things that I try to perfect and things to get better. So just expect that, guys. You cannot expect to get on a bike and learn how to do most of the things that your buddies do. It's just not going to happen. So you need to set realistic expectations for yourself, and that would help you enjoy riding more. Because if you start thinking about the things that you can do instead of the things you can't do, you're gonna have a better time on the bike, and it's gonna incentivize you to keep going out there and keep riding. Which leads me on to my second point. And it's something that I truly believe, no matter what your intentions are. So if you really want to improve and get better, go on the used market, go on Facebook Marketplace, go on OfferUp, whatever your local market is, and try to buy a used secondhand little camera. And I'm talking about like a GoPro, maybe a DJI action camera, something that you can put on your helmet and record yourself riding. Put it on your helmet and record yourself when you go out riding. So when you go back home and you review the footage, you put yourself in that position and you say, maybe I shouldn't have done that here, maybe I could have done this better. It helps you analyze. It's kind of, again, going back to sports, analyzing footage and seeing what could you have done better. Like if I want to split these cars, I split the cars now, and then maybe later I look at it and be like, maybe that wasn't the best idea because there was a car incoming or whatever the case may be. But it's very easy to get caught up in the ride that you're in, and you think back to yourself later, man, I shouldn't have done that. So if you can go over those situations when you get home, after you've gone for a ride, or whatever the case may be, to help you understand why you were feeling the way you were feeling, and maybe help you improve a little bit, no matter how incremental that improvement is, an improvement is an improvement. So again, use camera to help you look back at some of your writing and ask yourself and put yourself in that position and say, should I have done this here? What was I thinking when I did this? And ask yourself, is that responsible? Is that in my best interest? Would I have done that otherwise? And those little things help clear out a lot of doubt and make you a better writer, because it forces you to reflect on what you're doing. That's a big ass dog, man. Let's cross this one off the list. Last but not least, I want to talk about something that I found very fascinating. And I was also watching a video on this and thought, man, that is kind of true to every aspect in life. And I want to talk about specifically something called the spotlight effect, right? And you'll experience this when you ride, you'll experience this in just other aspects of life. But I want to bring attention to this so you can realize these patterns of behavior and figure out how to improve on them. So the spotlight effect. What is the spotlight effect? The spotlight effect is actually a psychological phenomenon where people tend to overestimate just how much others notice them. And I'll give you a great example because it's something that's happened to me, right? So I decided to get a different haircut, right? Something completely different. I've had pretty long hair for quite a while, and I thought, let's go short, let's switch it up a bit. But I was afraid of what others would think, thinking that they were gonna care. And to be honest, no one gives a flying fuck. No one is looking at you. I know it sounds harsh, but to that person, let's say you cut your hair, right? Or you change something, or you're riding a bike. When you go out in public, that person is seeing you for the first time, and they're going to assume that you have been riding bike for a long time. They're going to assume that you've always had that hair. They've never met you before. They don't have anything to compare you to. So, why am I talking about this? Well, when you have that spotlight effect, it's very easy to get mad at riders, or it's very easy to get mad at drivers, right? Drivers are a little bit impatient. They like to cut motherfuckers off. They like to always bitch at you because you're on a bike for some reason, so they just get upset automatically for goddamn no reason. But you have to stop and think to yourself, to this person, to this individual, they probably think that I've been riding forever. And you have to put your feeling aside and say to yourself, I am just a learner. This is part of learning. And it's not personal. It rarely is personal. No one's really trying out here to personally attack you. They're just upset that you're getting in their way and you're impeding them with something. This person doesn't know how to take a stupid freaking roundabout, man. People in Miami don't know how to take those. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah, also, when you're riding, no one really is looking at you, all right? Again, everyone has things going on in their life. No one is looking at you and judging you for any reason, really. It's not happening. It's kind of like that spotlight effect. To them, you've always been riding, so there's nothing to look at. It's just another rider on the road. And you can apply that spotlight effect to just about everything in life. Whenever you're afraid of doing something because of what other people think of you, especially strangers, just know that those strangers have never seen you before, so they have no basis to compare you off of. Therefore, they can't say, damn, I can't believe you changed your hair color, or damn, I can't believe you got a bike, because to them, you've always had that. They know no difference. I'm hoping that makes sense. It's kind of hard for me to explain with words. Kind of fucking suck, honestly, at English, but down in the South, we have a thing called Publix. If you don't have it, I feel bad for you, man, because these Publix have a holy grail of a sub called a chicken tender sub. And if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't, Google it. And that's all I can really add. We're going to get these groceries, go back home, and cook up some good-ass food, man. Let's get this shit and get out of here. Alright, let's put this shit in here. We've got the goods. They've been secured. Scallions might get fucked, but it is what it is. Who said you can't get groceries on a motorcycle, bro? Come on now, bro. Come on now, bro. So in conclusion, what can we sum up from the video? Well, have realistic expectations when you get the bike. You're not going to be a Pecco Bagnaia, Marc Marquez, Jorge Martin over here on the bike. It's not going to happen. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of practice, which, again, practice. Find that empty parking lot, just go ahead and practice, tone down your skills. I know what I struggled with, and I still do, is the U-turns. So practice those, get comfortable, and as you get comfortable, you start noticing that you start worrying less and less about what people think of you. Number 2, get that small camera mounted on your freaking helmet. Not just only for you to be able to look back and analyze your riding, but just for protection, man. You see a lot of people over here like just doing crazy ass shit, especially if you live in like an urbanized city where people are always on their phone, not paying attention to jack shit. Like, get the camera, man. Do it for your own safety. And then the second part of that is that you can always look back at your footage and you see what you could have done different. And then last but not least, the spotlight effect. Don't get caught up with what people are thinking of you, because as far as they know, you've always ridden a bike. So never really take those things personal, and never take it with bad intent, because it's never meant that way. At least, not for the most part. Maybe they're just having a bad day. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna leave it off right there. Just a quick video. Thought it'll help you guys out. It certainly did for me. Those 3 things certainly did for me, and it still does to this day. With that being said, ride safe, have fun, and peace out, guys. Until next time.